It's a, yeah. It's a
Murph, you a fool for this one.
It's a wave. The chocolate baddie Mary Jhay. It's a wave.
Oh boy, all right, we live and lit right here on MyRadioChicago. It's a New Wave Show. Your favorite chocolate baddie, Mary Jhay. I got Mr. Disbelef Tequila himself. I've been talking about this tequila all day.
No, Mr.
Mr.
Disbelef is in Memphis.
Okay.
I'm Disbelef Spirits Midwest.
Okay, Spirits Midwest. All right, we're gonna break it down. You know, I'm calling you Mr. Disbelef Midwest. That's what you just corrected me to say,
go.
right? All right. I got Mr. Ron Shields in the building. How you feeling?
I feel great. How are you?
I am great. Great to have you here.
We appreciate you having me.
Man, disbelief. I am in disbelief with how good this tequila is. So give us a little background about you. You just corrected me. You said you Mr. Disbelef Midwest. So give me a little background about where you come from and how you got connected with the brand.
Okay, I'm born and raised right here in Chicago. I went to school in Tennessee where I met my partner, Toriano Banks. That's actually Mr. Disbelef. My partner and his partner Ralph Gold, and those are the founders and co-founders of Disbelef Tequila. We originally started out as a clothing brand, Baseball Rich Clothing.
Okay.
So Baseball Rich Clothing pretty much morphed into the Disbelef Tequila, hence the paying homage to the baseball.
The baseball.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, you know, which is we can get into that a little deeper in a minute as to what the significance of the baseball is and whatnot. But the tequila thing actually was my partners. They came to me back in 2017 and asked that we want to, you know, be involved into a spirit because we had already done the clothing line for 2 years, you know, and that became pretty successful. Then he said, "You want to be involved in the spirit?" So I jumped on board because just about anything that he touches pretty much blows up. So, you know, I'm like, I'm in.
Okay.
You know, so another one of my partners in Nashville, he jumped in. We all jumped in. Yes, let's do it. You know, so in the process, they went down to Jalisco, Mexico, and they did their homework on what would be the best tequila going on.
I'm sorry. Could we cut this fan off, please? It is.
I was just saying. I was like, that fan is
that
serious.
Fan is loud as hell.
It is serious.
You don't even got headphones on. I'm trying it's loud as hell. It feel good, but okay. I'm sorry.
That fan was serious.
Yeah, no, it was distracting me. Okay.
Anyway, so so they went down and they did their homework on the tequila and everything, and they came up with a nice recipe, something that was really, really smooth. You know, our tequila really has no bite to it, so it really comes down to the ingredients that's involved in the tequila. So, am I just going on, or you?
No, you hitting them right on the point. I'm making sure I don't forget what I'm finna say.
Oh, okay.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So, you know, the biggest thing about our tequila is the agave that we use. You know, our agave is used it's Blue Weber agave, 100% Blue Weber agave.
Blue Weber and
Correct.
what makes that different from just like the average agave we think of?
Well, it's your top of the line agave.
Okay.
You know, and then
Pure.
And then not only that, it has to do with where the agave is grown. Our agave is grown in the highlands of Jalisco, Mexico, instead of the lowlands. A lot of people say, well, what is the significance of that?
Well, one is high and one is low.
Well, the highlands, the agave is grown in red volcanic soil.
Oh.
So it's actually much sweeter and smoother than the average agave.
Okay.
You know, and then the fact that we're a small batch tequila instead of a mass-produced tequila gives us more control over our formula, more control over the consistency, because the agave is hand-picked between 6 to 8 years, and then it's cooked slower at a longer period of time. You know, it's just a real particular process that gets our tequila to where it is. You know, like if a lot of people don't even realize that you can look at most tequilas, and if they're mass-produced, no two bottles are going to be the same. And a lot of people don't even realize that. They just going off of
the name,
off of the name, off of memory, and then they just think that, you know, all tequilas are the same.
You know what? I feel that because I felt like I had a wave of like Casamigos, and then I was like, the more I was drinking it, I'm like, it tastes different every time I have it. Sometimes it's smooth, sometimes it's like, ugh. Sometimes it's like somewhere between smooth and up. It's like, that's why I stopped drinking it. I'm like, they doing something to these bottles. I don't know.
Well, it's not that they're doing something to them. It's just that it's impossible for two of them to be the same. When they're mass produced like that, you know, that means you're just grabbing up a bunch of ingredients, the agaves and this, that, and the other, and you're just going through the process and it's mass produced. Whereas ours is real particular. It's only certain agaves. It's hand picked. It's got to be at its peak ripeness between 6 to 8 years. You know, so it's just real.
So what
particular.
you're saying is a company could be mass producing Casamigos. We're just gonna use that for example.
I don't like to use any names.
Or whoever, right? Mary Jhay Tequila, right? Let's just say
there you go.
I was, you know, up there,
no lawsuits.
right? And I'm mass producing my tequila, so that don't necessarily mean like I'm going through one particular agave. That means I'm outsourcing whatever agave is available.
Mass produced. It's just mass produced in the masses, you know. So it's kind of hard to
get the same flavor.
You're not, you know, you might be able to get the same flavor, but it's going to be different every time. And there's another thing that I think is really important that everyone needs to know that's different from our tequila and a lot of other tequilas. There are no chemicals and additives in our tequila.
So it's 100% organic.
Exactly.
My vegan people, look, y'all better tap in.
I don't want to give out
in.
everyone's secrets, but a lot of people don't realize that the tequila that they're drinking, you know, everyone loves añejo, and everyone loves reposado, but most of the añejo and reposado out here is not really even añejo and reposado.
What is it?
It's tequila, but it may have been grown about 6 months to 8 months, and then they're using additives and chemicals
like
to speed
color dye and food dye and stuff.
Whatever they process is to speed up.
Y'all better start reading the back of these bottles.
It's probably not going to say it on there. They just
ain't that illegal though?
Well, I don't know. I have to check that. But you know, I haven't. I think it'll be because it's done all over, and that's one of the things about us is that we'll just have to wait. For instance, like our añejo. Our añejo is just dropping this month. And that's because we actually had to let it sit for a full 24 months instead of doing 6 months.
That's 2 years.
Exactly. You know,
that's dedication though.
Well, that's real añejo.
Yeah.
That reposado.
I can't wait to taste it.
This here?
The reposado is really, really good. I don't like light liquor. So Disbelef will be the only light tequila y'all will see me drinking. But if it was up to me, I prefer dark. And the repo is so light. The clear tastes like water. And let's be clear, I don't drink clear because I feel like clear liquor is just 10 times stronger. Right? But the añejo is like water, like for real. Like you don't even taste it at all. You don't, like I don't have no ugly face, no just nothing. It just go all the way down, real effing smooth.
You can actually enjoy the flavors.
Yeah.
You know, because like I say, even with this reposado, there's no additives and no chemicals. It actually set for no less than 14 months. You know, when the average añejo out here is only aging between 6 to 8 months, and they're using additives and chemicals to stretch it the rest of the way. So we're not lying to our people. We're getting full, like you say, organic tequila. So you know, it's better. You don't get the headaches and the side effects and the sicknesses. You don't get all of that with that.
Yeah, no, you definitely don't. From the first time that I met you, then I had it, and now being around it, I'm like, dang, I ain't had no hangover.
No.
You know, I was just the right amount of lit. Like, it's smooth, it make you feel good. You're not, depending on your consumption. But, you know, I was gonna say, you won't be too drunk, but people go overboard. They'll be bottles in and be toasted. But you won't wake up sick, I will say that. Like, I can definitely contest to not waking up sick at all. And I appreciate that the most, the taste, because all alcohol tastes like poison to me. No, not all of it though. I'm kidding. I used to bartend.
You know what's funny? I don't even drink, but I drink this.
You don't drink for real?
Not really.
Wow.
But I have more now.
Now
since,
that you have the liquor.
And it's not that I'm just drinking because we have the liquor. It's smooth enough for me to talk business with people or whatever it may be, because a lot of people don't understand. So like in this game, you're gonna have to have a drink just to close the deal sometime. So it's not about me.
Yep,
drinking.
Especially in this industry.
That's right. You know what I mean? So I've gotten good at that. So, but I love this tequila. Like I say, it's very smooth. It doesn't beat you up.
No, it doesn't.
Like the average tequila.
Yeah,
like you said, you don't frown and it goes down real smooth. I like to tell people we give you the heat without the bite.
Yep. That I like that. We give you the heat without the bite. When I do y'all commercial, that's my little slogan. Speaking of, let's do a shot of the repo. Okay. Actually, I'm not going down there. I'm gonna actually taste the flavors now that you brought it up. We are gonna take a quick music break. We got more of Disbelef Tequila in the building. I'm gonna chop some more up with Ron. Issa New Wave Show, My Radio Chicago. We live and lit. Here's some Lil Durk with that Pelly coat right here on My Radio Chicago. We live and lit. You already know it's a drip. Welcome back. We live and lit right here on My Radio Chicago. It's your favorite chocolate baddie, Mary Jhay. It's a New Wave Show. Still got Ron Shields in the building. Mr. Disbelef Tequila Midwest. Now, we talked about a lot before the break. So let me back it up real quick. Okay. All right. You said you are in partnership. Like, what is your specific role with Disbelef Tequila?
Well, I'm one of the original members of Baseball Rich. That's really where it comes from.
Okay. The clothing line.
The clothing line. I'm the owner of Disbelef Spirits Midwest.
Okay.
The owner of Baseball Rich Chicago.
Okay.
Which is like the spinoff of Baseball Rich Clothing.
Okay.
And Disbelef Tequila in Memphis, Tennessee. That's our home.
Okay.
It was founded and co-founded by my brothers Toriano Banks and Ralph Golden. We came out with the clothing line in 2015, and it was pretty successful. Mostly online sales and things like that. And then, like I say, they called me up one day and said, "What do you think about? What do you want to do? Want to get into a spirit?" So. And they had my other partner in Nashville on board, so we jumped in. Because, like I say, everything that everything I know Beanie touched turns to gold, jumps up. I mean, it's usually successful. So it was a no-brainer for me. So I was just what I need to do, boom, let's get it done.
Dang. And how long y'all been around? Since 2015?
The clothing line started in 2015. Okay. The idea for the tequila started in 2017. The tequila was actually ready about the end of 2018, the beginning of 2019, but it was stuck in Mexico for 2 years because we went through a long. We went through a whole lot just trying to get it imported into the country and getting someone to distribute us. That brings us to the whole next chapter of how we ended up getting our own distribution and all, because that was never part of the plan. It was always...
Y'all, this is about, look, I love to see it, man. Okay, I had to drop a bomb. So, tequila is owned by not one black man, but 3 black men, right?
Well, you have the co-founder and the founder, which is Toriano Banks and Ralph Golden. Okay. And then you have other smaller minority partners that have invested in it, like myself. I got another buddy, Will Gannett, in Nashville, who has Baseball Rich Nashville.
Shout out to them.
Right, we all organically, like Toriano, Will, and myself, we actually met in like 92 in college. And we did a lot of things down there, and we just stayed in touch throughout all of these years. I mean, we were close back then, went through a whole lot of stuff, and we just still stick together now. So, when you find people that you can trust, it's kind of hard to let go of those friendships. And you know what I mean? Because, like, even over the years, I would tell people that a lot of times the friends that you going to count on aren't the ones that's with you every day. Because they're usually in the same position you in, or even worse. And
that was deep.
And I've never,
I feel that.
Right, and I've never yet to this day have not been able to call on my friends in Memphis or Nashville for anything and get turned down, and vice versa. You know what I mean? I can call my buddy who I see every day and ask him for $20, and he gonna give me an excuse why he can't give it to me. I can call up my buddy in Tennessee and ask for $2,000 or $3,000. He don't even ask me what it's for.
That's real friends. That's real family right there.
You know what I mean? And he'll send it to me because he know if I ask for it, I must need it for something. You know what I mean? Because we're not like that. We're just gonna be playing around with money like that. But it must be something that we're doing that it's not. But anyway, back to the Baseball Rich, the brand, and Disbelef. It's actually been culminating since, like I say, 2015, and it's just blowing up. And 2019, we were out here trying to get distribution. I went to, I'm not gonna say any names, but 3 major distributors here in Chicago.
Now break that down to us, cause my mind is somewhere else when you say distro. I watch too much drug movies.
Okay.
So
you know what?
I know what a distributor is, but in liquor terms, like, what does that mean? What does that look like?
I'm gonna tell you like this, because we're familiar with the drug game.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that much different. And I tell people all the time like this, don't just get set and focused on one thing because it's the one thing that you know all your life. Big part of becoming an entrepreneur is almost the same. It's the same hustle, different product. You know what I mean? Even with this, same hustle, different product. So.
Now, why was y'all having so much trouble finding a distributor?
Well, for one, they always told us no from the beginning. They told my partners that it couldn't be done.
You don't think that's for any particular reason, or that's bringing me to my next? I know, y'all. We black on over here. It's Juneteenth.
I know you heard me say. I know you heard me say something last week, and I reiterated again. We don't have the complexion for the connection. You know what I mean? A lot of people, they may have to let that sink in and understand that that's real. You know what I mean? Because like I say, from day one, they told us that it couldn't be done. We couldn't do this. We couldn't do that. And I know Toriano, he was like, he's the type, he's not going to take no for an answer. You tell him he can't do something, he's going to do it just to prove you that you can't do wrong. He's the one that said never let someone else project their fears upon to you. Just because they can't do it doesn't mean that you can't do it. You know what I mean? So we went down, he went down there, Ralph went down there, and I guess they decided if we have a product and we have it packaged and we have it bottled, how they gonna tell us no now once we already have it put together? So they went down there and we actually put everything together. Did their homework on recipes, tasted all these different formulas, got drunk doing it, went to China and kept going through different things. A lot of people don't even realize this is the 3rd bottle. Just going through the phases of
going through the brand, getting it together, man, that's so important.
Getting the bottles together because, you only get one chance to make a first impression. I
like these bottles, though. Like, a lot of people like them. Like, they're like, oh, it's like a little baseball.
Right.
And it's like, it's aesthetically appeasing. So going back to the clothing line, why baseball clothing line? Like, was any of you guys playing baseball, or what was the inspiration behind that?
We were all athletic.
Okay.
We were all athletic, and it wasn't just particularly baseball, basketball, football. We all were athletes. But the thing behind the baseball is the whole notion about the salary caps. Okay, so NBA players and NFL players, it's only a certain amount of money they can make before they hit with a luxury tax. Baseball don't have that. So our motto would be, why be rich when you could be baseball rich, live a lifestyle with no salary cap. So the whole thing is telling our people how to become a little more entrepreneur and putting your finances back into your own hands and not letting someone else take money.
Drop a bomb on that.
You know what I mean? Because if you own your own business, you're not gonna short yourself and you're not gonna fire yourself.
Facts.
Now you put your finances in your own hands,
and you ain't got no limit. The sky's the limit.
There it is.
And there's
no salary cap on what you can do.
I like that.
You know, so you know that's basically where the baseball rich comes in line. You know, like if you look at different parts of the bottle, a lot of people probably never did even notice this. It pays a little homage to it. If you see at the top, you see the BR. That stands for baseball rich. And if you look at the bottom of the bottle, it says a product of baseball rich. So that just clearly just pays homage to what we were talking about with the clothing line. But back to what you were talking about is as far as like the distro, we went to all these different places in 2019 to try to get someone to import our tequila into the country, and we were getting told no. Now I finally went to one place, and they told me that if we wanted to, and you know, some people may get offended by this, but this is true. This is what happened. They told me if we wanted to get someone to distribute our tequila, that we would have to get a white girl to speak for us.
Absolutely the
you know?
fuck.
So I mean, I was shocked. You know what I mean? It was a sister that told us that she worked there.
Oh,
she
the
was trying
coonery.
She was trying. No. She wasn't cooning. She was trying to give us a heads up about the company that she worked for. She told me to look behind her and showed me a stack of boxes full of other wines. And she said they're going to let those sit there another week or two and they're going to throw them out because there were other wines that other black women and other people of color that came in there looking for distribution. So they said they weren't even planning on doing that. They just served them lip service.
That's wild.
So I'm thinking to myself, why? Because it's not going to cost them a dime to do it. They'll make money to do it. So when I told my partner, Toriano, I keep almost calling him Beanie. That's what I call him, Beanie. But I told Toriano that he decided, okay, well, he wouldn't find a white girl, but not to speak for us. He wouldn't find a white lawyer that deals in spirits. So
that's how you beat people. That's how you beat them people at their own game.
So at that point, it was like, how do we become them?
Okay.
You know, because like I say, distribution was never a part of the. It was never a part of the idea. It was just about, man, just being excited about being a part of something and having it out there and just, you know, reaping the benefits from it being in the stores. Now it's more hands-on, it's more work. But at the end of the day, cut out a lot of middlemen and was able to streamline, not only streamline, because Toriano did that, that opened up the doors for all of those people whose product was just sitting in that corner like that. Because they can now come to us and we can
bet
distribute.
it did, because first of all, for somebody to just outright tell you, like, that's wild as hell. And so I'm glad he was able to go get a lawyer, you know what I'm saying, call them out on ABS, because, like, what?
Yeah, that infuriated
Like,
him.
let us flourish out here. Like, what we do is not gonna, that's what they
he
think.
just decided we're going to get our own distribution license. You know what I mean? So that's what, you know, we did that, and passed the background check and got a permit from the ATF and went to our own prospective states and then get licensed in those states, and now we bring our own tequila into the country and distribute and wholesale it to the liquor stores and restaurants ourselves.
And y'all 100% independent.
Yes.
Ooh, we're going to drop a bomb, man. And it's good, and it's hidden. I'm going to tap more into this Disbelef background story with Ron Shields in just a little bit. Let's go ahead and tap into this next baddie banger. I just told y'all, and it's hidden. Welcome back. Still got Ron Shields in the building. Mr. Disbelef Tequila Midwest. Now, before we left, we was talking about being 100% independent, being black owned, you know, having to struggle to find distributors to you guys getting your own distribution. What other mishaps would you say you guys have stumbled across being black owned? in the liquor industry?
If you could think of one, we made it. If you could think of a
So we didn't been through and heard it all.
I tell people all the time, we even have people who have come on with us, and they only see where we are now. They don't understand the sausage making, so to speak. They don't understand what all we had to go through to even get to this point. All of the things that we did wrong, all of the failures, this, that, and the other. But all of those things taught us. A lot of times it teaches us on what not to do. It teaches us on it just taught us along the way. So it's kind of oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, got the little distraction, but
No, you good. Go ahead.
but yeah, it's our failures is what taught us how to get here today.
For sure. I love to see it. Like, I feel like you guys' brand is so like necessary right now, and like to see a lot of Black people are starting to tap into the liquor industry and getting their foot in the door. But to hear the story behind Disbelef and the baseball rich clothing brand and how it correlates and how it connects. I am a brand guru, so like when I see, like, I'm like, oh, they in Memphis, Tennessee. I got people. Then I'm in the liquor stores and I see y'all in the liquor stores. So I'm like, okay, that brand recognition is really branded right now. So I just want to, kudos to y'all for that.
That was mostly word of mouth.
Yeah. So okay, talk to us a little bit about like
that
how.
Was mostly word of mouth. Like I got to give a shout out to my man. I've been sitting there messing with on the thing right here. But David Grant, Mo Love, and Pierre, Pierre Dawson, for a year and a half while I've been trying to get my warehouse together. Those brothers have been stumping the pavement all over the city. You know what I mean? They've been doing tastings. They've been just working them out. So when we were ready to launch, because of the footwork and the pound in the pavement that they did, we started out that first week with about 150 to 200 stores on the waiting list, just waiting on our product. You know what I mean?
Damn.
So right. So
y'all was like, okay.
We had because
Don't play with it.
It was just us. You know what I mean? So they're not gonna do it for us. So when they went out that and that built a lot of relationships, and it allowed me over the last year and a half to build relationships with all of the other Black spirits brands like Moore's Beer and my man Jay over at Alexander James and excuse me, I'm sorry, Alexander James and Bull. Uncle Nearest and Bull Young and all of these other brands. It allowed us to really get close and collaborate with all of these other brands and really just beat the pavement. So that was our year, from, starting February until now. It's just been, and now people know about it. And we're getting ready to pretty much do it all over again as soon as this Anejo drop. We're getting ready to hit the city like it's a tour. So
look, your favorite chocolate baddie will be a part of this tour. Okay, look,
I
you
know
need to
that's
make
right.
sure you put me on.
I know that's
So what's
right.
the goals for Disbelef Tequila Midwest? What you got planned for the rest of 2023? We halfway through the year. Okay, we have been working. So,
of course, the main goal out here is to sell as much of Disbelef as possible. Another thing that has been on my mind ever since the incident where I was in that one location where they told us that we had to have someone speak for us. I think back and I keep thinking about all of those boxes of people whose product was just thrown out like that. So what I really want to do is to welcome those people to contact me, and we'll distribute their product for them.
ooh, come on, man. Don't play with it. It's Juneteenth, man. We celebrating Black excellence the whole month, man. I think that is a I think we celebrate Black excellence
gonna
all the time
open
over here, but we gonna make the world celebrate us at least for this whole month because they got us messed up. But I think that is a great idea. You know what I'm saying? I really admire the humanity you have. You know, just being considerate of those people, like you was saying, like, damn man, I was there. You know what I'm saying? It might be some people who didn't have maybe the drive or the resources or connections to or even just the motivation to go out and find their own distribution. So a lot of dreams might have been crushed because of that simple thing. So I think that's
you just said a key thing. There's a lot of people, and I would say this, hopefully to motivate anyone who's out there doing it. Don't take no for an answer.
Don't take no for an answer.
If someone tell you what you cannot do, prove them wrong. You know, I learned that from my buddy. You know what I mean? I'm lucky to be a part of this team because as soon as they would have told us we couldn't do this or we couldn't do that, most people would just either go back and keep working their 9 to 5, sell whatever they have out of their trunk, and they would forget the whole idea of having their own business. But what you have to realize is that person that told you no, they only went and got filled out an application and paid $100-something for a license to be in that seat.
Yep.
So you can go and do the same thing. Whoever tell you no,
Ooh,
figure
just dropped gems.
Figure out how to become
He just
them.
dropped gems.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you just figure out how to become them. Because that's what we did. You know, the distributor told us no. Okay, so how do we become the distributor?
Period.
Chances are it's a background check,
Yep.
$150, $200.
A little class or something.
And a license. Not even a class.
Yeah.
Just pass the background check.
Man, that's crazy. Look, I'm tapping in with you because I think Chocolate Betty, I don't know what I'm gonna call my tequila yet. It's gonna be called something.
Doesn't necessarily have to be a tequila. It could be
I want to do a
cognac.
I want to do a cognac real bad, but I haven't drank cognac in like 4 years. I've been drinking tequila for the past 3 years. But before then, I was heavy on the cognac.
That doesn't mean anything because, like I told you, I don't really even drink.
Exactly. You're right.
It's not about.
You're right.
It's not about that.
You're right.
It's about the business.
Yep.
You know, and it's about opening some doors of how this can create other opportunities. You know
Facts.
what I mean? So, yeah,
Facts.
that's what it's about.
Well, one thing y'all can expect if you are in Chicago Juneteenth week, June 14th is going down at the Wild Hair. Marley Boy Apparel and myself, Mary Jhay, we're back with another one, okay? Juneteenth karaoke party and pop-up experience. We got like 8 to 10 vendors. It's a whole, I know y'all think y'all thought y'all knew Wild Hair. It's a whole nother back room back there. So it's lit. We didn't got them to open up the back room. That's how you know we get lit. Party with Marley, party with Mary Jhay, June 14th. And Disbelef Tequila will be in the building. We actually will have Disbelef Tequila wings for the low. So y'all better, yeah. I'm actually going up there this week to try the sauce. So I'm excited.
I'm going to say this right now. Disbelef is committed to, because you all do the talent thing at Wild Hair every month, right? Every
other month. The months we don't do it are like regular parties.
Okay, so we're going to make a commitment right now. I'm going to make a commitment
come on, let's
right
do
now
it.
that Disbelef will be at every last one of those functions.
Period, man. We drop a bomb, man. Don't play with it. It's a new wave show, My Radio Chicago. Let everybody know where they can follow you at on social media.
They can follow us at, we have so many of them. They can follow us at Disbelef Tequila.com. They can follow at Disbelef Spirits Midwest LLC. They can follow at Baseball Rich Chicago. They can even just follow Baseball Rich. We have so many things going on, and so many of us, like, you might have 3 different Baseball Riches and see different things. You might see Baseball Rich Nashville. You might see Baseball Rich Memphis, and it's something there that you can just, you know what I mean, as far, whether it's clothing or whatever, you can order online. We're not even going to talk about the smoke, the cigars. But
you better speak on it. This is popular.
We're not gonna speak on that just
right,
yet. If you know, you know. That's what we're gonna say. If you know, you know.
You know.
You know what I mean? We're gonna leave that one at that.
We're gonna get them the next time though.
There you go.
Yeah. So June 14th, pop out, Wild Hair Chicago. Tickets on sale now. Link is in my bio at New Wave Us. Everything spelled normal. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Turn the notifications on if you want to keep seeing me and all my special guests, freestyles, hot topics, all the good sauce and drip. He putting us up another one. All right, let's do it. We in Disbelef. My DJ Anton still in the mix. Don't go nowhere. I'm finna put Ron in the hot seats. I don't think he ready. We live and lit. You already know it's the drip. Turn me up.
It's a wave. The chocolate baddie Mary Jhay, it's a wave. And MyRadioChicago, that's my name, it's a wave. I'm talking state to the lake, low wind to the hundreds, man, we live every day. It's a wave. The chocolate baddie Mary Jhay, it's a wave. And MyRadioChicago, that's my name, it's a wave.